What's up, guys? It's KingDaddyDMAC, and welcome back to another episode of Hermit FTB. Oh yeah, baby. Playing with the monster pack on the Hermitcraft server. How's everybody doing today? I'm doing pretty good. It's my first time on for the week on the server. So excited, so excited. What's going on? Last time we built this cool looking floaty island sphere thingamabobber using our modular force field system. Pretty sweet. Nice for expansion of our base. My frame rate's through the roof now. Thank goodness. I'm loving it. And yeah, it seemed like you guys really like this. I'm gonna have to work on it more. People were saying they weren't a huge fan of the stone. Of course, I used the stone and the cobble just because this took like, what was it, like 30,000 blocks or more to build this? So pretty crazy. I think one of the biggest materials that people wanted to see more of in here is possibly making that top dome area all out of glass, which I think's cool. I think is very cool. However, I probably want to use the Tinker's class just because you can break it with your axe. So in case we needed to remodel it, and to make that we need sand. And sand we don't have a whole heck of a lot of. So I'm going to have to do some type of sand farming. Probably before actually starting to switch that. Now another thing I noticed, I always go when I first log on and I check how everything's going, making sure that my storage is going well and things aren't overflowing and machines are getting power. And one thing I think we're going to have to take a quick break for is our sludge. Look at that. 63,000 buckets. That is a whole heck of a lot. I have now 6 liquid storage, fluid storage things. And look at this. It is just through the roof. These 3, they're all 64K ones. All these ones are full on the bottom. This one I have exclusively to the UU matter, which that pretty much doesn't ever fill up. But then this one too is almost full, so it looks like we only have 1 left. So this is really starting to stack up, all this sludge, and I think we need to figure out a way to start either voiding it out, just so it doesn't take up all of our liquid storage, or start using it, see what the heck we can use it for. Now I think sludge, I went ahead and I made a sludge boiler. Let's look at the recipe of it. Sludge boiler, not too bad. 2 furnaces, bucket, plastic sheets, mine factory reloaded. And that's, of course, what's making the sludge is from our harvesters. So why don't we set up a little thing to see what the heck sludge gives us? Is it something that we want to farm, that we want to use, or that we just want to dump? So why don't I set up a sludge boiler right here? I don't think I've ever used one of these before, but it's probably not that complicated. Do that. We can set up some power. We'll have some power coming from our tesseract, from our windmills. I have 4 extreme voltage ones now. They're going into the main line of the system. Then I have an extreme voltage just for the UU matter, and the other extreme voltage is going into the AE system. So I guess that's a total of what, 6 now extreme voltages? It's crazy. Absolute craziness. Let's go ahead. Let's get a fluid thing on here. So this is going to be pumping the sludge into it. We got to actually choose. I had to make a little cell and then sort of like a bucket and put the sludge in there. Then when you put this in, it will tell our AE system to output sludge there. And we're going to do, what does that say? I can't read because NEI. I think that's 20 millibuckets per tick, which that should be plenty. I don't think it burns through it that quickly. So we got the power. We got the sludge thing. Let's connect this in. Boom and boom. All right, and we got the sludge filling up. Cool. Now let's find out what this is actually going to give us. I'm not sure. I haven't really, like I said, played with this before. So I think we can put a chest of some sort on any side, just like that, and it should fill up that chest. I don't think it really matters what side you put it on. And let's go ahead. Let's put on an energy cell to connect the 2. Make sure our connection's right. All right, to the left. All right, cool. So everything's good. Is it working? Sweet. So it's burning through it pretty quickly. And what are we getting? Oh, wonderful. Mud balls. Hardened sand. Ooh, but you do get normal sand, so that's good because we're going to need that to make all that glass for our other base. So this already, you know, free sand, gravel, dirt. That's not too bad. I wonder where all the things we're going to get from this. Let me let this sit for a little while. We'll come back, I don't know, in like 30 minutes and see what we've actually been able to farm. All right, guys, we are back. We're back. Let's see what we get. Something else I noticed. Look at this. When I get too close to the sludge boiler, I start to get hunger. I'm wondering, the quantum suit helmet, it protects you against a lot of other possible damages. What happens if I take that off? Oh, and we also get poisoned. Oh, no. So this stuff is not good. We cannot set these up very close to our base. Let me see how many. I'm not sure how many blocks away I have to be for it to go away. I don't see it resetting there. It's at 11. Oh, and it's resetting right there. So that's not too far away. It's like 1, 2, 3. 3 or 4 blocks away, maybe 5. Oh, so this stuff's kind of dangerous. We're probably going to have to find a whole separate area because we're going to need a bunch of these. Not too friendly. Maybe we can just go build a little thing hidden in someone else's base. And be like, why am I getting all this poison? All right, so this is pretty good. It's been probably over an hour or two, and I just let this run. We're getting tons of these mud balls. Not really sure what those are used for. Piles of ash, tainted soil, heated sand. So all sorts of neat stuff, but in particular, we're getting a lot of clay. We're getting a lot of sand, a lot of dirt. All very good things that we need. Even soul sand, a lot of good stuff. Peat. So pretty cool. A lot of just random stuff. So I'm digging it. I'm digging it. This is definitely something we want to keep. Now, since this, of course, is filling up, we're going to have to move this over. So why don't we do a quick movie over of this. Go boom, boom. Let's knock that out. And this, of course, will then just empty out straight into our ME system. Using the block mover to move the stuff so I don't have to reset everything. And then let's move these guys. It should save the settings. All right, good. Save the settings. Awesome. So we have one of them set in there. Now it doesn't look, it does burn through it pretty quickly, but I think we're probably making it a bit faster. So I'll probably want to make, I don't know, maybe like 4 of these, something like that. So, and I'll just leave that chest there for now. So that's pretty cool. So where can we put that? It's got to be about at least 4 to 5 blocks away. It's not really all that pretty looking for presentation. I mean, look at it. It's got like sludge pouring out of it. It's kind of, it's definitely a cool block. Definitely suits it, but it's kind of, you know, a trash thing, an ugly thing. So we should probably move it. I don't really want to put it on our new island already. The first thing we put in there, a garbage disposal. Maybe, let me see how much room we have underneath this base. Maybe we could fit it in somewhere. Something like that, or maybe on a little separate area connected away from this. So let me see where we have room, and then let's set up a little garbage disposal type of area. All right, so I made a bunch more sludge boilers, and I was testing out a few things. It's kind of unfortunate, but it's not able to pull from these open block tanks, which I was so mad about because I was hoping to make this look a little bit more flawless, but we're going to end up having to use, I have 8 tanks, so 8 separate fluid buses. Oh, so annoying. So I made 8 of them. So let's get this set in. Should be able to just go like this, and I'm not sure if this is going to be more than I need, less than I need. I don't know if it's supposed to be 1 boiler per harvester or what, but I guess we'll find out pretty quickly. So let's go ahead, let's see, in the middle we can just do it like this. So that's going to be where it exports the items. And then we can put all the fluid buses on the top, like so. And then just do 1 to connect it in. Let's see where, come on, ME. So just like that, that'll connect it all in. And then, let's see, let's do the power in the bottom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Let's get this AE wire brought around. Boom, boom. Okay. So that should all be connected in. And let's see, we got to put on some power. So let's do our tesseract right here. Let's see. So let's connect these together like that. And then from back here, we'll put that on there. Then we can have a tesseract flush with the ground. So anyway, this doesn't need to be too far away, because as long as we're 5 blocks away, that should be enough. 4 to 5 blocks. Let's see. And then I can just throw this on each one of those, just like we did earlier. And hopefully this will take out all of our excess sludge. So I'm going to give this a little while to run and see how it does. See if the sludge is starting to go down, or if it's just staying the same, or maybe it's not enough. Maybe it still goes up. Awesome. So I think that's everything. I think that's finished. Let's see. Is it working? Can I can I get in to look? All right, so it looks like it's working. Yeah, we got our little hunger thing going on. So let's fill this in. Let me let that run for a while. Ugh, it's kind of ugly. I guess it doesn't take up too much room though. As long as we never go over on that side. And we'll find out if we need to actually make a sludge island or not. Oh yeah, it's pulling out pretty quick. So that's good. All right, well, I'm going to give it some time to run and we will return. All right, guys, we are back. We're back. It's actually a day later. I let this run overnight just because there's so much. But let's see if it's finished up. Getting all that sewage. Let's throw on a storage monitor. And this is... I'm not sure why. Sometimes it doesn't face. Okay, there we go. That's the direction we want. This is actually perfect because it will link those two things in together and look a little bit more like there's a reason for having it. Let's get our sludge. Boom. And look at that. Oh, it's completely draining. Completely drained. So that's cool. We got so much good stuff from that. All the clay, sand, dirt. In fact, remember how much sand we have? Let's see what we have now. Holy cow. I forget the exact amount we had, but I think it was like around maybe like 4,000, 6,000, something like that. We're almost at 20,000. That's crazy. So that's actually really good because we'll be able to turn all that into glass. I know we could have made it from cobble, but it's just nice not to use up our cobble that we're trying to use towards UU matter and all sorts of other stuff. So anyway, I got to set up. I went ahead and I also set up, I know we've done tinkers before, but I set everything up to autocraft in our Mac. I also was started to mess around a little bit with the Project Red stuff. And I got a whole bunch of different circuits, wires, stuff like that, just to let you know. So, I'd like to set up this whole thing to start making our glass today, our Tinker's glass, the clear glass. And then I'd like to mess around some more with the modular force field system and get into force manipulators. So anyway, let me get a little smeltery set up over here, and then let's get going on some more modular force field stuff. All right, got most of the smeltery all hooked up. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Let's just get this wired in so that it can be automated. So I've got here going into it, we have sand, and just moving a single item at a time. Then I'd like to put a level emitter as well, just so this doesn't go on forever. With this guy, we're going to shut this so that when clear glass is more than, let's say, 20,000, I think that's a fair number, 20,000, emit when it's above limit, we'll do it emit when it's below or equal to limit. And then on this guy, we'll have it only when there's a redstone signal. So that's cool. So let's get this all linked in. Boom. I think I can do it just like that. Yeah, I think that'll work. All right, cool. So that's all set to go. On the bottom here, let's just do basic import buses, because we don't need anything super fast. So that's going to pull out the glass. In fact, I didn't need that to go over as much as I did. So let's just grab these two pieces back. All right, that's all linked in. Cool. I think I can cover this bad boy up. Dang. And I think we're about good to go. The only other thing that we need is we need lava production. So I'm just going to throw another test rack coming from our windmills onto this lava fabricator. And you can see it's filling up with the lava. Awesome. Oh, and we almost forgot about this. Let's throw on some of these fluid ducts. Just like so. And I don't, you know what? I don't know if it requires... I don't think it requires a redstone signal anymore. We'll find out. We shall find out. So I think that should be all good. It's going. Should be filling up with the sand. Awesome. And shortly, we'll see if it actually is going to drain out and if we get more in there. All right, so it's working. I did have to leave a redstone signal to it, and you also have to wrench it. Just just like that, so that it goes out. What's really cool, the redstone wire now from the Project Red. Look at that; it's able to fit in the same block as the pipe. Never used to be able to do that. That's really cool. That opens up so many possibilities. Anywho, now that that's going, and let's just make sure we're getting our clear glass. The Tinker's glass? Yep. No, that's the wrong one. Wow, already 136. That's pretty fast. Cool. Bye, Slipgator. So, let's get on. Force Manipulator. Yeah, it's a bunch of these focus matrices, the motor, and it's very similar to the whole force field projector. As far as the whole setup in it, let's look at it. So we've got the same thing. Let's set the signal. I have the signal on 5 for all the others. So let's put it on 5. And we've got an anchor. We've got... This is the main thing we're going to be playing with today is anchor mode. There's this guy, which is able to... I'll show you in a moment, the on-off. And did I put that too far away? Let's just move this a little bit closer. Let's move it to like about there. I think that's good. Okay. So I'm going to put in a few speed modules in there. And let's get this switched around to that. And we're going to be playing around with anchor mode. And what did I not do? And I didn't change this to 5. 5. There we go. Now it's getting power. Very cool. Very cool. So with this guy, what can you do? It's basically kind of like the whole name of it, Force Manipulator. You're able to manipulate force fields to be able to move blocks around, which is really neat. And with this, we can move like huge block structures. And I guess it's better. Let me kind of demonstrate with it. So to mess around with it, let's first get this guy out. So as it is, if I change this to this mode, it's going to then kind of show, hopefully soon, someday. Oh, we gotta put more things in. Let's put in cube mode. Okay, now it should be able to show something, maybe. Yep, see, there you go. It's showing. It's able to move. If you have it placed in this direction, move one block at a time. So just like the projector, if we have a cube, let's do some moving around. Let's do a transition. Let's have it go up one. And let's have it go... I'm still getting a little confused with the directions here. Let's have it move over to the left by 5. So now we should see it right there. See? Cool. So it's all relative to this block right here. So now let's kind of look at it from here. So now, why don't we add on to it so it goes one block wide in each direction and then forward and back 1 block wider. In fact, let's go 2 blocks wider. So now let's look at it. Pretty cool. Now this is basically telling you what the blocks are, the positions that it will move. Okay, so it started. Let's actually place some blocks there. And I find it easier when I'm trying to test this out to actually do the force field first and then build to it instead of trying to fit the object I did. Although that's what it's designed for. You're supposed to fit it to the object that you built. But I find this faster since I'm still a little bit of a noob at it. So that's cool. Let's also add on, I guess that's good for now. So now, why don't we actually use this to move it? I think that's cool. So that right there is going to tell you, in fact, if we do it, let's also do it 2 more up. So scale mode 2 up. Now see how it's doing like a whole kind of brick? A whole cube? Boom. Now that's if we show this. That's showing every block possible. Now if we switch it to this mode, it'll show you just the blocks that it's going to move. So if we were to add on to this, since the other mode was 2 higher, it can go potentially up to 2 higher. It'll do that as well. So why don't we actually move them? So let's switch it over to there. Let's grab a button. In fact, I can just make a button. Boom. And I think I can just set a button. No, you can't set it. Okay. Can we set it on it? No. All right, let's set it. We'll set the button right there. All right, so let's try and actually move it. Now, because it's on anchor mode, it's going to be always relative to this guy, and this guy is going to stay anchored. So let's move it. Oh, that's cool. Now let's see if it did it move with it. Oh, that's awesome. So just imagine the possibilities of this. Now you need a new force manipulator if we wanted to then move it back. I'd have to have another one anchored onto that to then move it back again. But think about it, guys. We could take this and we could actually make our base, make it as big as our base is, and move our entire base over by 1 at a time, inching over. I think that's pretty freaking cool. Are we going to do it? Are we going to work today? All right, I might have waited too long. But, oh, there we go. Cool. So, what could this be used for? Other than moving like a base, we could have some, I don't know. There's just so many different possibilities. Now, I guess kind of the biggest thing that piqued my interest and what I wanted to mess around with, at least first, was, you remember back when we did the tunnel bores with the red power? Well, check this guy out. Now imagine this was some type of block breaker in the front. And we took this. This has its own separate Fortron capacitor and cohesion driver, and then a tesseract. So this is how it's getting the energy for this one little thing. And then I have 2 separate force manipulators. Now with these ones, I don't have the anchor mode on. So it doesn't stay anchored per se or whatnot, but I have it the same kind of size as this, where I have it just 3 wide, about 5 long, 3 high. Okay. And then I have this guy just to toggle between the 2 of them. Now this one, right, let's look at the 2 different ones. Now this one, if we turn on that mode there, let's see what it's going to actually move. So see, it moves that whole collective part forward one. See that? Okay. And then let's look at this one. This guy right here is going to then just move just 2 blocks over in that direction. Because see, we only have 2 right there, and that's facing the back. And that's because these are kind of, I always think this is the front, but that's always moving back that way. So this is almost like the back of the machine. But anyway, so let's see how these work in conjunction with each other. Now right here, this is a Project Red thing, a toggle latch. It's basically the same as these 2 guys here, except I can just click this and it will switch the signal from that side to this side. And it all moves. And then it moves that one back. Yeah, remember this? This is just like the red power frame motors. I thought this was the coolest thing. So that way we're able to have a structure that's by itself and able to move itself. And we have portable power, and it's all being supplied right like that. That's pretty neat. So what happens? What do we have for block breakers? Things that would be able to make this a real tunnel bore. Well, I guess we could use AE stuff. what are they called? Transition planes? Alright, so let's try this. Let's switch swap these around, and let's put, grab you, and then grab you, like so. Perfect. Hopefully these all are still working correctly. Okay, good. So now let's go ahead, let's do the whole ME thing added into here. So right here, I'm going to throw on a controller. Bam. And let's throw on an ME chest. Bam. Let's throw a storage drive in that ME chest. Okay. And then now let's replace this dirt with those transition planes. So I think this should be pretty neat. So if it's moving in this direction, and transition planes are kind of annoying to set down sometimes, because they'll eat each other if you're not careful, if you don't aim them right. Did I not make enough? Oh, I had this 4 wide and 2 more. Come on, baby. Make it fast. Make it fast. 1, 2. All right, and boom, boom. Let's clear this back off again. Awesome. And this should all be working now. Let's just make sure as our controller, it's getting power. We've got our chest. Can we put stuff in our chest? Take stuff out of our chest? All right, sweet. So now, let's take this dirt. Let's make a... thing like this, and let's just test it out to see if it will eat it all up, and we got to be careful that it doesn't run away from us. So imagine these are, you know, this is out in the middle of whatever area that we want to do a quarry. And this guy, let's see, how can we get this guy to work? We need to have it toggle back and forth. So for that, we can just throw a timer. This is the toggle latch. Let's throw a timer on. And let's make this go. No, that's good timing. Oh, awesome! Oh, baby, that's so cool. Don't you love that? So this can just go, and this can quarry for you. And it will go in a straight line forever. You could throw a chunk loader on this, so it will always stay loaded, and the chunk loader will move along with it. And we could probably even throw on... Oh, it's freaking out, freaking out. Why is it freaking out? Let's add on. Oh, it's freaking out. That's the sound it makes when something happens that it doesn't like. Alright, so let's move this guy forward one. It might have just ran out of power. I don't know. Whoa! Are you okay? Okay. I think we need to change the timing on this. So to do that, let's shut the... Oh, you know what? It might be this thing. It might be this thing. I don't know. It's something. It's flipping out. So I'll have to play around with it. But I think this is pretty cool. And this is going to add in so many possibilities. Just having a free-forming thing like this. Just that can move on its own. It seemed like it was right when it finished sucking up stuff that it stopped moving, but I don't know. I don't know. But we'll play around with it. We'll figure it out. Does it still work like this? Yeah, so that still works. It might have had to do with the redstone. It was just moving too fast or something. I probably got to just give it... Whoop! It's because I have that wire there still. Alright, anywho. thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more, well, we're going to be seeing more of this, regardless if you want to or not, because I want to play around with this to use for a little bit of mining. And who knows what we could even do with this. So many things. We'll figure it out. Anyway, again, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up because it helps me out so much on getting better noticed on YouTube for my Minecraft, for my Feed the Beast. And yeah, hit me up in the comments about any other things I should know about this, and cool ideas or things I did wrong, or if you know what the problem was there. I'm thinking it's the redstone wiring that we had. I gotta adjust it a bit. But anyway, thanks for watching, and peace out.